The house has got great bones. This is how they actually left it. This little room to the right was actually a laundry room and with a shower, really kind of a strange configuration. You can see the amount of trash. I've got a 30-yard dumpster coming with a backhoe, and as soon as they take the backhoe away, I'm bringing in a skid steer. So now we're back on our flip site, and one of the things that you got to remember is that a lot of work. If you think it's a really easy job and you're just going to get into it and not have to get yourself dirty, absolutely wrong. You can look at a house. This particular house was bought as is, and one of the reasons that you buy a house like this is because it's got a lot of issues and a lot of flips. This, as you remember, had 3 buildings back here, so we demolished, and now we're back to the tree demolishing these buildings. And this is all we've got left, this little pile here. But everything from that tree forward came out of the attic. Probably 90% of that material was in the attic, brought down one piece at a time. About 120 degrees up there, and it keeps coming. We're inside, and it's only been a week. It's been 5 days, not even been a week. So we're going to show you around and see how fast it moves. Moves really quick during demolition time, moves really quick during clean out time, and then things start to slow down after this. So we will come back in about a week, follow up, and following you through every episode until we get this thing completed. Really exciting. We've got a lot of stuff that we've done. So one of the things that we've done right away is we've cleaned these kitchen counters, and we taped them up. They were granite. We made sure that we protected them because we don't want to have to replace them. That's one of the things when you're flipping a house. It's one of the bigger costly items is a kitchen. So this one had already been kind of upgraded. So what we did is we went in and we just protected our investment here. Then the next thing we did was we got as much trash out of this house as we possibly could. So doing that, we ripped up floors, we ripped up walls, we cleaned the trash that you saw outside that we were moving and putting in those dumpsters. A lot of that came from in here, it came from outside, and a lot of it came from the attic. So there's a lot of banging and pushing around with the walls and what have you. So we have to get that out before we really start in doing a lot of different things. We also pulled out all the floors. Then we took out some of the doors, and we actually took out the ceiling. We had popcorn ceiling up and down. One of the things you can do with popcorn ceiling is you can squirt it with water and scrape it and then retexture it. But because we're doing a complete reno on this thing and we're going top notch, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put cans, recessed cans. And when the electrician comes in, we want to make sure that he's got good access to put those cans and place them where we need to place them. In doing that, also, we got to see the subfloor for the second floor, and we've got to see the beams. And we uncovered a little bit of a beam issue down here, which made it look a little weird to begin with, the way it was done. So we're going to correct that. And I think that's going to turn out really, really cool. So we got everything cleaned out. Again, we pulled the ceiling downstairs. You can see all the I-beams and rafters here, and you can see right here our header that goes across. And we can also see the plumbing for the second floor bathroom completely under here and see that it's in great shape. Some of the other stuff that we can do is the previous owners did some electrical work. So we really wasn't sure what kind of quality of work they did or what was going on in some of these really hard to find spots. So when we pulled it down, what we noticed was brand new Romex cable. Everything was really nice and new, done really nice and neat, which is going to save us some time and effort. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually replace the bathroom that's in the front. We're going to move it to the back. It was kind of a weird configuration, so we're going to make a complete full bathroom in the back of the house downstairs. That laundry room is going to be moved up to the front of the house where the half bath was and make a full bath back there. It's going to be really kind of neat to do that. But when you do that, you have to wire, and you have to wire properly when you put in washers and dryers. It's a different voltage. So we're going to have an electrician come in, probably put in a new panel, definitely run us some 220 for the dryer, and we wanted to have good access. So another reason that we pulled these ceilings down. Okay, so now we're outside, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this debris. I know we keep talking a lot about it, but that's a big part of this first phase. One of the things that you really need to make sure to do when you're working with debris is make sure to drink plenty of water. We know it's hot in Florida. Keep yourself hydrated. It's easy to kind of burn through that. Gatorade water, whatever you gotta have. Make sure to wear some good shoes. Lots of nails, screws. You know, sometimes there's tin in this stuff, so you need a good pair of gloves. A lot of times you'll see me wear a long sleeve shirt. Today I've actually got a short sleeve shirt on, but if I was to be around a bunch of tin today, I would put that long sleeve shirt on to make sure I didn't cut myself anywhere. A hat, if you're out in a particular area where there could be some damage that way, make sure you got the right equipment and you got the right dumpster, again, like we've talked about. Finally, what I want to say to you is, it's a lot of handwork, it's a lot of hand labor. There's not a scoop that just comes in and picks this stuff up and throws it in the dumpster for you. A lot of times you got to bring your equipment in with wheelbarrows. In this case, we've got a backhoe. We're nice enough to get it. We pick the bucket up. We're having to hand toss that stuff into the bucket, and then we can dump it into there. But we're going to have to touch a lot of this with our hands. Again, that's the reason for the good gloves. So sometimes when you come on these job sites, you got to rent equipment. Sometimes you got to rent heavy equipment like this brand new 310 John Deere. I was ecstatic when it showed up. Big piece of equipment, move a lot of trash. It's got the bucket on the front and the excavator on the back. I call it a backhoe loader. Sometimes when you order equipment, you got to be really careful about what you ask for, because if you ask for an excavator or just a backhoe, a lot of times they'll send you just this piece in a little mini version, and it'll actually be really a mini excavator, and it's not what you want unless that's what you're trying to order. So on our job site, that showed up. I sent it back. I called the company and got this in. Now we're on our second 30-yard dumpster right now. So take a look at that thing. You'll see what kind of volume we're having to bring out of here. Thanks for joining us again here on this episode, and we look forward to the next one where we take you through in about another 10 days what we've accomplished. We'll see you here next time on Just Florida TV.